day for another win. We ain't never gonna relent. We going hard, never giving in. Hey yo, it's time for another one. Yeah, we on another run. We ain't never leaving. The competition we don't see. This is winning season. This is winning season. It's that time again, another day for another win. We ain't never gonna relent. We going hard, never giving in. Hey yo, it's time for another one. Yeah, we on another run. We ain't never leaving. The competition we don't see. This is winning season. This is winning season. This is winning season.
Welcome in live to Uncaged here at Buffalo Wild Wings. We have the boys basketball team here in the house tonight. Looking forward to this one. Coach Beau Wallace here next to me. Assistant Coach Kerry King down there on the end. I'm Dylan Rivera. We're excited to have you alongside us. Coach, I want to start by asking you guys your background. I always think that's the best way to start, is telling us how you got to where you are from the player perspective and then into the coaching perspective. And we'll start here with you, Coach Wallace.
Played here at BA. Had a chance to go out to Liberty University out in Virginia, play college basketball. When I came back, I was working at camp and kind of got involved. Got to go to Metro Christian for a couple years, then hired here as an assistant at Broken Arrow. And then got my first head job from our now head football coach, Coach Travis Hill, was at East Central and hired me over there for 5 years. And now this is starting my 14th year here.
Unbelievable to think it's been 14 years here at Broken Arrow, right?
Yeah, crazy.
Time's flying. Coach King, your journey all the way to where you are now.
So I graduated from Sand Springs, Charles Page High School. I played soccer and basketball there. I went to Oklahoma Wesleyan, which at the time was Bartlesville Wesleyan, and played soccer and basketball. I transferred to Oklahoma State. My first coaching job was at Sand Springs as a freshman coach and a volunteer on the high school team. And then I got hired at Rogers High School, spent 7 years there, was the head coach there for my last year, then went to Bixby, and then to Springdale Harbor over in Arkansas, and then Nathan Hale. And all along the way, I coached every sport from girls basketball, boys basketball, cross country, and I was the head boys and girls soccer coach at Nathan Hale.
Okay.
And then I got hired by this man 13 years ago. This is my 13th year here.
Wow.
So, yeah,
okay,
so excited.
You guys have been together for a long time now, so
100%.
Makes working together a little bit easier.
Absolutely.
Well, I also know now that if we ever need a break glass in case of emergency, Coach, let's go to Coach King, right?
Absolutely. Make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Well, starting to talk more about this season because basketball season is ramping up. You guys are just about to tip off. December 2nd is the first game that we'll have here on AeroVision inside the field house. Looking forward to that one. Coach Wallace, just what have you seen from your team this offseason that has got you excited about this year?
A lot of growth. I think if you look back to the summer, even Bishop Kelly Summer League and then our summer and then even up to our preseason, like we've just learned a lot. And we've come a long ways because there was times that I was like, I don't know if we're going to figure this thing out, but they're slowly starting to do that, working hard, understanding expectations and what our standard is, and just really doing a great job of that as of late.
We had Coach Coffey and the girls basketball program up here last week, and they went through a similar situation that you guys are going through in the fact that a lot of your seniors that were on the team last year now graduate out, a lot of new faces on the team. So, Coach King, that transition to maybe some guys who haven't had that many varsity minutes going to have to take on big roles this year. How have you seen them progress this year?
I think it's been one of those things where they got to watch and they got to be a part of growing from last year. They practiced and they pushed the guys that we had that graduated that are all now playing college basketball. Mm-hmm. So they got to see it. They got to be a part of it. Coach always talks about iron sharpens iron, and that's what we're seeing right now is they have progressed into the next spot, whether it's the starting five, the top seven, the top eight, whatever the case may be. But they they've progressed, and it has taken some time. It isn't as quick as we would like it to be or fast as we would like it to be, but it has happened. And that's the plus side is we get to see the progression. We get to see them learning. We get to see them understanding concepts. And we've had film sessions like no other. And I tell people that, normal film sessions are about 10, 15, 20 minutes tops. We're at an hour and a half to 2, and then we go to practice.
Wow.
But they need that.
Yeah.
And that's as coaches, we need to provide that for them. If we don't give that direction, we don't give that instruction, then we're not doing our job. So.
Well, you're not only adding those new faces that have come up from those freshman teams or those JV teams, but you're also adding in transfers, and that's something that's a very big element to high school sports now. So, Coach Wallace, from your perspective, having some new faces come in from different schools, how has that meshed with the rest of the guys?
Well, I think like anything, it just takes time, and I think it's one of those things that's probably why it's not as fast as we would hope for it to be. Just learning and understanding what our concepts are, what we're trying to look for offensively, defensively, transition, all the different elements of the game, and just trying to figure that stuff out. But the great thing about our kids, especially the ones that have been here, they've accepted everybody that's come through and just treated them as their own. And so that way we can grow from there.
As this season gets ready to start, what are some things that you're looking at and saying, you know what, I think this can be a real strength for this team and something that we can really take into game one and do well?
I think the biggest thing that I said, and I said this to our coaches the other day, is we probably shoot it better than I thought we did. And I think when we move the ball and we get good looks, I think the shot's going in. We've got a lot of capable shooters, and I think guys are starting to understand their role, like, hey, that might not be the shot for you, but it might be the best shot for somebody else, and giving that ball up. And we talk about the one more pass a lot and doing that. I think that's one of the things that I look forward to with that. And then our length defensively. It might be one of those years that we play a lot more zone than we've ever played, just because we have a lot of length and we can put 5 guys that are 6'4", 6'5", and above out on the floor and be able to cause some havoc and be able to still rebound out of that, and then play on the other end and not feel like you're got too many bigs or not enough guards or whatever it is.
Is there something that you can point to and say, whether it be on the floor and in game or something off the floor, that maybe makes this team a little bit different than previous years?
I think just knowing what we're doing right now. They're trying to do what we're asking them to do, and then we're still talking about, like, we don't want you to be robots, still play basketball. And so I think that's the difference with the group that we had, especially like the last few years, is those guys that played together so long that they just kind of knew each other. They knew, hey, if he's going to do this, it's this. And so just learning that and growing from that.
You guys have already had a lot of scrimmages, and I know you touched on it a little bit earlier, but Coach King, what have you seen from those scrimmages that excites you about this team, and how have they gone, those scrimmages?
Well, we started off with Booker T, and we learned a lot. We learned a lot. And it was a really good barometer for what we need to do, what we need to work on. And then we scrimmaged, we had the showcase, and that's always fun. And it's a distraction because you're trying to put on a great showcase, and then you pack in 3 games right in the middle. But I think our kids came in, showed some really good things. We learned some stuff from Booker T to our scrimmages. And then you take those 3, and then you move on to the next one, which was Sapulpa, Hall, and Hall. And we had good success with them. We enjoyed having them over and helping us get better, and we hope that we help them get better as well. And then we scrimmaged Fayetteville, and then Norman, and who was the last one? Southmore. And those have probably been our best 3 scrimmages in the preseason. And it's just been a progression from Booker T to Norman. We've gotten so much better.
Yeah.
So much better.
Where have you seen that progression?
Both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
We're executing really well on offense, which is great. We're transitioning. Transition offense is getting better. It's not exactly where we want it, but it is getting better. Defense was outstanding. Our defensive effort, our defensive attention to detail was fantastic. Our defensive rebounding was really good. Our offensive rebounding was really good. It has culminated into a really good preseason with one more scrimmage, which is tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, you talked about taking things from those scrimmages, and I want to go back even to last year, though. You've got a handful of guys, as we talk about all these new faces, handful of guys that were on varsity last year. got to go through all the same games and go through all the same rigorous opponents and that playoff atmosphere, and then now to take in leadership roles and to take on bigger spots on this team. Coach Wallace, is there something that you think that those guys could take from last year and put into play this year?
Well, I think just, anytime you're around it, you're going to take something away. And I think those guys that we had were really good leaders and really good talkers as far as talking the game and understanding that. And I think, we're seeing this as, he mentioned the scrimmages, but you're seeing them start to believe in each other and starting to do some of those little things and having some leadership. There's been a couple of them, and I'll mention them. I think Matthias is even starting to talk a lot more and tell people like where you need to be at, and with some urgency, and not just being afraid to say something because he's a sophomore or that kid's a junior or senior. Like, this is our standard. This is what we need to do, and making sure that we do it the right way. So that's what I think. That's a lot of those guys that were around last year's group and even the groups before that they've seen and said, hey, it's okay to do that, and it's not really shouldn't hurt your feelings. I'm just trying to tell you something to help us win the game.
From just a coaching philosophy standpoint, you hear the phrase player-led team a lot. Do you like to have your team be a player-led team?
Oh, absolutely. I think there's a lot of things that we do in practice. I mean, just the other day, we didn't call any plays like this is your plays, because as coaches, I want to see and we want to see if they're comfortable, what they're comfortable with. And if we're calling stuff that they're not really that comfortable with, and that's not good on our part. So we've got to listen to them, and we've got to understand that. And sometimes it's just one of those days. I'll walk in the office and say, it's a quiet day. Like, we're not talking very much. We're going to make the kids have to talk, besides doing it on that phone, because they do that a lot. But actually saying words sometimes is a little difficult.
Yeah. Well, we had talked about, some of these guys haven't gotten a lot of varsity time, so maybe some inexperience from that standpoint, but still a lot of talent. Getting those guys into varsity minutes and seeing that progression, that's something that I'm sure you're looking forward to, is just seeing those strides that they take throughout the season. What are your expectations just from that standpoint of how these guys should be able to progress come February, March, and playoff time?
Well, and I think it's one of those things we've said to them is every day we just want to get better. And as long as we continue to do that, that stuff is going to happen. And those guys are, you can't prepare them for varsity minutes. They have to just get into it. Like, we can tell them and all that other stuff, but until they actually experience it on their own, they're not going to understand those adjustments. And I think that's the big thing for me with scrimmages is some people just play, 3 or 4 or 5 teams and they're done. We've played 9, 12, something like that. We're somewhere between there. And I'm not concerned about winning the scrimmage. I'm trying to see is if I play this kid and if I play this kid, can they do what we're asking them to do? And so we'll throw a lot of different lineups in, a lot of different people, and then start trying to dial that down a little bit as we get further into the scrimmage, closer to our games, where we're trying to play a handful of our guys a little bit more. But you never know. Foul trouble, injuries, all kinds of things happen, and now all of a sudden you've got to figure it out. Yeah. So
the expectation and at least the goal, I guess I should say, is to always go win that gold ball, right, to be the state champion at the end of the day. The tougher question is how you get there, how do you do it? And Coach King, from your perspective, what does this team in particular have to do to reach that gold ball?
I think they have to come in every single day ready to learn, ready to accept challenges, listen to coaching, accept each other. And they got to play for each other. They got to encourage each other. And they've slowly come around to that understanding that that's what it's going to take. Like, it can't just be 1 or 2 people that are on the same page. It has to be everybody has to be on the same page. There were some times during practices where we didn't know if we were all on the same page, and we were kind of having a little bit of resistance, but that's all. That normally happens. But this year it took a little bit longer to get through it, but now we're on the other side of it. So now we're starting to see everybody starting to come together. Everybody's on the same page. Everybody's fighting for the same thing. And that gold ball, that's getting better today. That's winning the first game, whatever the case may be. We're looking forward to getting started on December 2nd.
Coach, one thing that BA fans might notice differently if they're in the arena or if they're watching at home is the bench looks a little different this year. And you've had a lot of longevity with Coach King, and you had Coach Humphreys here for a long time, and obviously you knew your brother like the back of your hand. You have 2 new assistants on staff. What is it like to have these guys join the staff?
It's been great. And people ask me that, and I always say, well, one of them's not a new assistant. Coach Cantrell played for us whenever he was coming through here, so known him for a long time, then had the opportunity to hire him back. I think he started in 8th grade, and then we moved him up to varsity. So he's been an assistant with us before. Went over and took the Glenpool job for a couple years and found a way to get him back. So having him back is just, it's easy because he knows what we want, understands all that. Probably been running a lot of the same things that we ran. And then Coach Watson that I've known for quite a long time. He's been at a couple different places, Booker T, Webster, and then head coach at Coweta, head coach at Webster as well. So he's seen a lot of different things as well. And so having another guy that's a head coach and really getting rid of my brother was probably the best thing that we could do but it's been really great to have those. And then obviously Coach Dolan being back, another guy that played for us. And I think for me, that's one of those things that when kids want to come back and play for you, and I say kids or young men now, but when they want to come back and coach and be around you, means you've had some type of impact on them to want to do that.
Absolutely. My final question to you is, as you mentioned, you're 14 at Broken Arrow. It's easy to have all these seasons run together, but how excited are you for game one?
Oh, man, I can't wait. I think, obviously the kids are always excited, but coaches, we're pretty excited too. It's like the practices, everything changes how we do things, and just that preparation. I think that's the one thing for me is the preparation and seeing if we can steal some stuff and take some things away from other teams, and just kind of that chess or checkers match that whatever you want to call it, having that kind of in our back pocket, just ready to go.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it. Tip-off is not too far away, so it'll be exciting to see how it all goes down. Thank you guys for joining me up here, and thank you guys for tuning into this first segment, but we still have a lot more to go. We're going to talk to some of the players next here on Uncaged.
Hey Tigers, get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Oh, I got my order wrong.
This is me, Jessica. And this is
Jessica?
not my coffee. And my friend said, oh, wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap. And I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
Hey Tigers, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. The city is preparing for the next general obligation bond election in April of 2026. Just like the improvements to Albany Street in front of the high school, bonds help pay for upgrades to public infrastructure like streets and intersections, public safety services, park improvements, and more here in our great community. To find out more about the bond process, visit the city website. Thank you for helping us build our future. Broken Arrow, enjoy the rest of the game.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Welcome back live to Buffalo Wild Wings. It's the Uncaged podcast. I'm Dylan Rivera. Alongside me, we have Corbin Dow, Troy Bell, and Will Sutton on the end. Excited about this season, but before we get into talking about basketball, I want to ask you guys some fun questions, try to get some personality out of you before we get going. But I want to ask them about your teammates a little bit, or about yourself, I guess, if you want to answer yourself. So my first question, we'll start with Will, and we'll come back this way, is who do you think the best defender is on the team?
The best defender on the team is definitely JoJo. Whenever he tries, some days he tries to be all nonchalant and stuff, but whenever he tries, he can definitely lock down anyone on the team.
Okay, Troy, what's your answer?
I think the best defender is JoJo as well. Yeah, he brings that defensive energy to the team that we need.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Corbin?
I'm saying myself.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So 2 votes JoJo, 1 for Corbin. Who's the best shooter on the team, Will?
That's definitely me. Nobody can shoot better than me. It's me, for sure.
I'm hearing some noise from the crowd already. All right, Troy?
I'm going to go with Coy Lemons. He's consistent.
Corbin?
I got Matthias. Better twin.
All right. Who's the best ball handler on the team?
I think the best ball handler on the team is probably Matthias. I'd say Matthias. He handles it really well. He's a great point guard, so yeah.
Okay. Troy?
I'm going to go Oliver.
Oliver?
Yeah.
All right. Corbin?
I'll go with Matthias, too.
Okay. Who's the best passer on the team?
Oh, I think Aiden is a really great passer on the team. He makes really good reads, so yeah, I'd say Aiden.
Okay. Troy?
I'm going to say Aiden, too, just because he threw me a good lob last scrimmage. So.
All right. Corbin?
I'm saying me for that, too.
Okay. Who's the best? Let's go rebounder. Who's the best rebounder?
Ooh, rebounder? I'll give it to Troy.
Okay. Troy?
I got to go myself.
Okay. Yeah. Corbin?
I'll go with JoJo. He's always crashing the boards.
All right. I think I might know the answer to this one, but who brings the most energy on the floor?
Oh, I got to say JoJo. Yeah. JoJo brings a lot of energy for us. He's really good.
Troy?
I'll say me and JoJo.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Corbin?
JoJo.
All right. Let's see. Let's just ask this one for fun. Who's the funniest guy on the team?
The funniest guy on the team, I got to say Chris Miles.
Troy?
Funniest guy on the team, I got to go with Aiden.
Aiden?
Yeah.
All right. Corbin?
Coy. Not many people would say that, but he has some jokes on the low.
All right. Okay. All right, I like it. Let's get into the basketball stuff now. Let's talk about the season. First game upcoming, and Corbin, I want to go to you first here with this, is just from last year, getting so close to you all's goals. What do you think you could take away from last year and carry over into this year now that you're a senior and in a leadership role?
Just got to always be locked in every single possession and got to keep blocking out and just be attentive about everything.
You guys have a lot of new faces, and you stepping into that leadership role. You had told me earlier you're having to be more vocal this year. How has that been for you to take on that leadership role, but then also have to take on that leadership role with so many new guys joining this varsity squad?
It's definitely been different. It was hard at first, but it's getting a lot better now and easier to do.
Are you somebody that really is more of a vocal leader or more like a lead by example type of person?
I would say I'm more lead by example.
Okay, so it's been a little bit more outside of your comfort zone to get vocal, hasn't it?
Definitely.
Has that been a process for you? Did it just kind of start to click into place?
It's been a process. It's definitely gone just from the start of practice. Got better throughout.
Yeah. Troy, as these preseason scrimmages have gone on, coaches were saying that the team has really grown throughout those scrimmages. What have you seen from the team from scrimmage number 1 to scrimmage whatever number it was?
I think the more we play, the more we learn off each other. Because when you see a lot of new faces, you got to get to know each other. Mm-hmm. And even just past basketball, we've grown relationships with each other.
Outside of basketball, I mean, a lot of you guys are at the high school campus, so you guys see each other in class, or you might see each other in the hallways. What's it like in the locker room and just being friends off the floor? Are you guys pretty connected?
Yeah, 100%. I'd say that we're pretty connected. You know, we have a good group of guys, and so I like everybody. I don't know about everybody else, but I like everybody. Just seeing them on the campus and in the locker room is cool. So,
anybody that's watched some varsity basketball from last season will recognize Corbin and Troy. I haven't seen any of Will down there on the end, so I just want to see first what you would say if I was a Tiger fan at home and I was like, I don't know this Will Sutton guy. What do you bring to the table?
I say I'm just going to bring energy when I come off the bench, I'm going to shoot the ball. Coach has been telling me to shoot, so I'm going to come in and shoot it, and I'm going to focus on defense.
Fantastic. The season getting ready to start, just maybe where is your confidence level in this group to reach your goals?
I think we're very confident in each other. I'm just excited for the season to get started. We've been working really hard, and I think it'll be a really great year for us.
What's been the messaging and practice from the coaching staff? Has there been maybe like a mantra or anything like that you guys have had, or any sort of continuing message that he's had for you guys?
Yeah, they just tell us to stick together, and we have to be vocal and communicating because we're a new team and we haven't played with each other, so we just have to learn how to work together as a team to win.
Being a young team, or at least maybe a team that hasn't had a lot of varsity minutes, what are some of those hurdles that you think may come along during this season?
I think we're going to have to, like when we're playing against a really good team and they start going on a run, we have to just stay in the middle, don't get too high or too low. Just because we know they're going to do their stuff, we have to be able to do our stuff too.
Yeah. Troy, I know that you got to play some varsity minutes last year and now stepping into this bigger role that you're going to have on this team. How are you trying to take advantage of this time where you can kind of prep for game one?
Yeah, so, just the scrimmages, like I said, we're learning off each other. And so getting used to my teammates, but also, finding my own groove as well. It's different for sure, but I think I love the process and the journey.
Yeah. Corbin, same thing kind of to you is you're going from being an off-the-bench kind of role player guy to now having to be one of the leaders on this team, both offensively and defensively. So from a on-the-court standpoint, how has it been for you to adjust to this new role?
It's been different. It's been a lot because not many of the people coming in knew any of our plays, so I had to help them along through that, and still am doing that.
Yeah.
But just being a leader and showing what it's like to be done under the system.
And it's a long season. That's one thing that I think is always something to keep in mind is, it's a marathon and not a sprint. So you might have some of those trials and tribulations early as some guys are getting their first few minutes of basketball, varsity basketball at least, under their belt. But the end goal is still the same. And as I had asked Coach King, the goal is the gold ball, but how do you get there? How does this team in particular reach that championship level, Corbin?
And we just got to take it one game at a time, focus on who we have, and stick together and play as a team, move the ball, and stick to our roles.
Troy, what would you say? Kind of the same thing?
Yeah,
anything else
just
that
to
you
piggyback,
think?
like the team aspect is always most important. Like we've said it a lot of times, we have a lot of new faces, but we can work with those new faces. We all have different skills and assets, and when we put that together, we're unstoppable. So,
for you guys who have been at this varsity level the last couple of years, having the new assistant coaches, what's their perspective brought to this team, and how has it been having them on the practice floor? Troy, I'll go to you first.
Yeah, so the new assistant coaches are amazing, right? We always love new perspectives. Having more insight on the game can help as well. Different coaches saying different things to me, but it's all helping the game, elevate. It just adds more to the team.
Yeah. Corbin, what about you?
Yeah, Coach Trent, he's been around the program before, so I've been around him, and I like everything. He's attention to detail, is good with shooting. And Coach Watson, he's really been honest about the types of passes that we make and just also attention to our details.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this season just from a schematic standpoint, too. Maybe what are some things that schematically you guys might be doing a little bit differently this year than you did last year, Corbin?
I think we shoot the ball really well this year, and really just almost everybody can shoot the ball and can shoot it at a high clip.
Yeah. Troy, for BA fans at home that haven't seen a lot of these players that are going to take the floor, who's somebody that maybe you're excited to see get some varsity action for BA?
I would say my boy Will over here. It's a new role for him, but he's been showing some good stuff in our scrimmages, and he's going to translate it to the game, I know for sure.
And Will, you have a twin brother, Matthias.
Yeah.
And you guys have gone on this basketball journey side by side. Now you're at the varsity level side by side. What's your relationship like with him, and how are you guys, connected on the floor?
It's great. We push each other every day. After practice, we like to stay and get shots up, and we just push each other, keep it real with each other, and tell ourselves if we're actually getting better or not. So it's really good to have a brother who's going to be honest with you.
And also, if you've been a BA fan for a couple of years, Justice Sutton, your older brother, has been a part of the program, and you told me earlier that he's helped your basketball game a lot as well.
Yeah, he's watched all of our film from our game so far. He just sends tons of messages that just show stuff that we need to work on, so it's been really great to have that.
And Corbin, you also have an older brother that's been a part of Broken Arrow basketball, Connor Dow. You've got a younger sister that's a part of Broken Arrow basketball with Audrey Dow. So having such a basketball family. How has that helped you get to where you are today?
Just everybody has something different to say that can help me or show me what I need to fix.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere at Broken Arrow High School, and I think the Dow family, the Sutton family, all of you guys kind of are a part of that too, is having such a connectedness with the community and also having a connectedness with the basketball team. So I think that goes a long way. I'm excited for Game 1. I think you guys are going to do really well. Tip-off is, December 2nd, so it's just under 2 weeks away now. So looking forward to it. I know you guys are too. So we have a lot more to go here on Uncaged. We have one more segment with 3 more players coming up next, so don't go anywhere.
Hey Tigers, get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Oh, I got my order wrong.
This is me, Jessica. And this is
Jessica?
not my coffee. And my friend said, oh wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap. And I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
Hey Tigers, I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. The city is preparing for the next general obligation bond election in April of 2026. Just like the improvements to Albany Street in front of the high school, bonds help pay for upgrades to public infrastructure like streets and intersections, public safety services, parks improvements, and more here in our great community. To find out more about the bond process, visit the city website. Thank you for helping us build our future. Broken Arrow, enjoy the rest of the game.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Welcome back live to Uncaged here at Buffalo Wild Wings. Boys basketball in the house tonight. Dylan Rivera. Alongside me, we have Coy Lemons, we have Aiden Clark, and we have Oliver Wallace down on the end. 3 guys who have transferred to this program. They call themselves the transfer squad walking up here, so that's what we're going to call them too. We got to start with the fun questions, and I think we should switch it up a little bit. So I'm going to say the first one is who's the fastest guy on the team? And I'll start with Oliver down there and bring it back in.
I think I got Bosa being the fastest. When he wants to be, I got Bosa. I got my money on Bosa.
Aiden?
I got LJ. LJ for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coy?
I would say Troy or JoJo.
Okay. Who is the best dunker on the team, Oliver? I know it's not you. I saw you miss a few times today.
I put myself up there, but I'll go with Joe and Troy. I mean, we really talking. Me and Troy, the only one with the in-game dunk. I'm not going there. So JoJo or Troy.
Okay. Aiden?
Troy Maurice Bell.
Okay.
I got JoJo.
All right. Let's go with who's like the locker room glue guy? Who's the guy who keeps everybody together? Oliver?
I would say Shoot, probably just the seniors and all. I couldn't tell you just one person. I mean, we all kind of hold it down together.
Okay. Aiden?
I'll probably say the same thing. Maybe Corbin, but seniors all together and everybody.
Okay. Coy?
I'd say Corbin.
Who's the one that fouls too much?
LJ Ritchie. LJ Ritchie. LJ Ritchie. LJ Ritchie.
Aiden?
Richie.
Yeah.
Richie.
Richie or Brian.
Okay. I asked earlier who's the best shooter, but let's turn it on its head a little bit and let's say who's got the longest range.
Me. No doubt.
Aiden?
Oliver.
Okay.
I got me on that one.
Okay. I think I need to see a shoot-off because I've heard a lot of different answers on these things. Let's finish it off with this one. Let's say who handles pressure the best, Oliver?
Me.
Gene.
Well, it'd be me or Gene, but yeah.
Gene.
Okay. Gene? Coy?
I'd say Gene.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to this season. Season tips off on December 2nd. What are you looking forward to just seeing this team in action? Is there anything that you think could be a real strength for this team, Coy?
Chemistry. I think our chemistry has gotten really good over the summer.
How have you seen it grow just from the guys kind of just joining the squad and beginning practices to now?
Just knowing where each other are on the court has gotten a lot better over the past couple months.
Yeah. Aiden, you step into this year, a brand new face to this basketball program, but you've been able to acclimate quickly.
Yeah.
And so how has that process been for you from practice number 1 to now almost game 1?
Well, I mean, I know all the plays now, so that's good. But I mean, it's just basketball at the end of the day. Nothing too crazy. Just knowing what we're doing and knowing how everybody plays.
Yeah. Oliver, has that adjustment been pretty easy for you to step into Broken Arrow as well?
Right. It has. It's just once you know what the coaches want, every coach wants something different. Every coach gets happy for another reason. So once I figured that part out, I think it's starting to come pretty easy.
How has it been for you to adjust to this coaching staff and how they coach?
I like it. This is how I play. I like more of a system. I never been too much of this ISO kind of guy, but I really do like running it through a system. And I get my money through a system.
All right. Aiden, I'll kind of ask that same question to you, is adjusting to the coaching staff in particular. How was that for you?
Just holding myself accountable more, just being more disciplined on everything that I do, making sure I do things right instead of just halfway doing it.
Yeah. And Coy, you were here last year, but you had transferred in from Verdigris last year. So your adjustment from the smaller school to Broken Arrow, what was that like for you?
Definitely a shock. Speed, everything's a lot faster up here, so definitely a shock. But
I had asked Corbin this and I had asked Troy this, but maybe just some things that you can take from last season and carry over into this year. Is there anything that you think you can point to and say, you know what, this is something that we did well last year, let's try to do it again this year?
Leadership on the court. Last year they did really well on the court.
Yeah. And how has that been for you in this case? Because now you're a senior on this team and you've been here last year and this year now, so adjusting to a little bit more of a leadership role yourself, what's that been like?
It's been a change. I haven't really had to be a leader per se, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. I know that a lot of things are going to look differently in how you guys play compared to how last year played. So schematically, what are some things that you think this team does that you might not have seen last year?
Man.
We've heard a lot about shooting.
Yeah.
Maybe let's go in defensively. I've heard a little bit more about this. You guys might be running zone more. So has that been an adjustment for you guys to kind of take on this zone scheme, and how often do you think we might see that implemented?
Definitely a lot more, obviously. But I think zone will be very good for us.
You guys are pretty rangy. Obviously, you add one that's 6'8" over here in the middle, so that certainly helps. And adding size, never a bad thing. So, Aiden, I know that you'd like to play a little bit more outside, though. So you bring a versatile skill set, and I'll ask you the same question that I had asked Will is, Tiger fans haven't seen you play yet. What's the expectation? What should they know about you and your game?
Just know that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help us get the win at the end of the day. That's all that matters. And that, I'm more than just one-dimensional.
Oliver, I'll ask you that same question. You're new to the team. Tiger fans haven't seen you. What should they expect?
They should expect the ball to go in a hole a lot, but just to find anybody else who gets open or gets hot. I think that's the main thing. We can just figure out whoever gets hot, we just keep on feeding it to them until they're not, and we just keep, because I feel like everybody in the team, or the most people on the team, the starting five, can get hot real fast, including the bench too. So I feel like if I could just keep on finding the people getting hot, I feel like that's where people can, expect what people can expect me to do.
I asked you this earlier, and you talked about Gene a little bit, and he suffers an injury, and so you have to take over a lead point guard role. What's that been like for you to take the reins of the offense?
It's good. It's a little bit more of a transition because I was leaning on Gene to help me continue to tell me like the ins and outs of the program because he's been here. But at least I got to get a couple little nuggets from him. Even with him being on the sideline in games, he could still tell me stuff like he did in the scrimmage. But it's just a new challenge, a new role, and I'm ready to embrace it, though.
Aiden, I want to ask this just because we're here and we're doing this as a part of AeroVision and you're here, is obviously you help us out with AeroVision, and on Friday nights you're on the sidelines running a camera with us. I know you're interested in media. What are your aspirations outside of basketball? What are some things that you want to accomplish in life?
So I definitely want to go into college with a digital media degree. I want to get that. And, I mean, I really just want to be good at little things. Like, I'm trying to learn piano. Right now I'm trying to learn guitar. Be good at golf. I know you play golf.
I do, yes.
So just be good at little things.
Yeah. Well, as far as the season goes and getting toward game one, Coy, just where's your excitement level at? Where's your confidence level at for this team and what they're capable of this year?
I'm ready to go. Let's get it over with. Let's go.
There we go. We'll wrap it on that, I guess. So that's the end of our show here at Buffalo Wild Wings. We appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate the boys basketball team for being here. Round of applause for Coach Wallace and his crew. Again, game one, December 2nd. Make sure you make it out to the Tiger Fieldhouse. If you can't, we'll have it live for you on AeroVision. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great night, everybody.